Hey, witches. Can we talk? Just real quick. I had a question. Now, I will admit, I have not fully looked into this situation with, what am I talking about? So, this is more of a me asking y'all, what the fuck is going on? And kind of give my input, my little bit of input that I can put into it while not being fully involved in the situation. So, WhichWitchLife live from my unfinished temporary office. So, okay, let's get into it. What the fuck is going on? Why are supposedly baby witches hexing or attempting to hex the moon, the sun, and the fae? Why is that a thing? See, that's my question. Why is that a thing? Why are we doing this? Where did you get the information to do this from if you're a baby witch? I have so many questions and concerns running through my mind with this, but why is this a thing in the first place is my question. Why would you want to do that? Why would you even consider doing that? This is not something to play with for fun. This is not something to experiment with. Because what happens is you're going to get your ass got. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, so I'm not even going to go over the myriad of reasons, it's a plethora of reasons of why we don't fuck with the sun or the moon. I think that goes without being said. Because if you are even at the baby witch stage, you should know. Even if you're not anything religious or spiritual, just scientific, why we don't want to fuck with anything like that. Because are you trying to kill us all? Or are you trying to fuck your own self up? The trying to kill us all part goes more towards the hexing the sun and the moon type shit. I think you're just dumb. Second of all, the fae, are you fucking serious? Have you not heard any stories, at least, if you haven't worked with or walked into or ran into any fae situations? Do you not know who these beings are? Now, some of them are nice, friendly, playful, and that's about it for the most part. But not all of them. For what you need to know, this is not a course on the fae here. Fairies are not all roses and sunshine. They are beings. They are still creatures. They still have their own ways of doing things. They are very tricky. These are tricksters, okay? They're tricky, but I want to call them more manipulative. Now, my fae friend may not appreciate that language, but I say what it is. It is what it is. They're pretty manipulative. And these are not beings that you want to go into dealings with without proper precautions, without proper preparation, without fully understanding and doing research and knowing what you're getting into, and being very careful about going over what it is that y'all are working on and with. Make sure you understand both sides of the situation. I don't ever suggest new or old, experienced, new, young, whatever, witches or beings to operate or have dealings with the fae. Okay? Unless it's something you absolutely need. Stay out of their way, stay out of yours. Okay? Now, sometimes they need things from you, especially if you're a more experienced witch. I'm not going to get too much into that. Or experienced spiritual being, they'll need to work with you, operate. That's a whole other story. I'm not going to get into that. But typically, I don't advise it. Like, you're just not ready. You don't understand it. It's a whole nother world, okay? So, there's this saying that one of my friends said. It was like, the fae is not, the fairies are not like Tinkerbell in the movies. And my thing was, I was like, that's true, but even if it was, Tinkerbell had a hell of a temper. That right there should let you know something about, who are these beings I'm working with? She got a hell of a temper. She could be very helpful and loyal. But she could also destroy some shit. Why the fuck am I fucking with this? Okay, like I said, I got questions. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are we doing this? Because people don't understand there are different factions of the Fae as well. You have sprites and you have the little fairies that people look like Tinkerbell and the rest of them. Then you have the other forms and factions of the Fae that can range and even look closer to what us humans would call demons, but they're really just alien. Like, that's all the story. This is not a lesson on Fae. Okay, there are different factions of the Fae, and you have to know what and who you're dealing with in any situation of dealing with spirituality. Okay, guys, you can't just go off and do this shit. Because it's how you get got. Because these MFers on the other side of the veil don't give a fuck about you being a novice and you just fucking around or all just trying to do this shit. They don't care. Okay? You step on their toes, you walk into their territory, and you fuck with their shit, they gonna have an answer for you. Period. Just like you would in your regular life. Somebody come over here, you mind your business, and they want to come over here to your business and the fuck up, you're working on something, your desk, and they just come over and close your laptop, knock your papers over, and spill some water, and you laugh and just walk off and be like, oops, that was an accident. You think you're gonna get mad, get up and swing a couple times, or this other spiteful shit? No, yeah, that's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna just let it sit there and happen, like, oh, silly humans, this is a mistake. No, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They really don't. I'm sorry, I did. This is especially the Fae. They don't give a fuck. They don't really care. Okay? They don't really give a fuck. They don't. If you were wondering, they don't. So, I'm gonna just kind of wrap this up because it's turned into a lesson and about the Fae. But it should be more of a lesson of why you don't touch or deal with anything that you don't know fully anything about. Do your research is my catchphrase. It's my tagline. It is my most common statement that I'm saying to anybody who's new to anything or wants to know anything about anything. Do your research. Okay? You can go to people to ask for the help, but you should also, people wrote books. You can read. There's an audio version of the books. Hell, there's YouTube now, but I don't even trust YouTube half the time. Some of the stuff people be leading people astray, and you're like, whoa, that's not the whole story. You only tell them so much. That's why I should always encourage people to do their own research. So for one, you'll know when you're getting the whole story and when you're not getting the whole story and when there's still more to the story or whether that part of the story makes sense or not because you're doing your own research and you can put and pull it together, but people don't want to do the work. That's the issue, okay? You have to know what you're dealing with. Whether you're dealing with fairies, whether you're dealing with spirits in general, whether you're dealing with your ancestors, whether you're dealing with angels, whether you're dealing with demons, whether you're dealing with your damn higher self, do your research, okay? Do some practice, safe practice, and before you do anything, protect your damn self, okay? Cast a fucking circle before you do any type of magical work. Cleanse yourself and your space, put a protection measures around your space and yourself at all times. Do you know how to have a psychic shield? No. That's why a lot of people be walking around here telling me, oh, I'm good to go psychic attacks. Because you don't even know how to protect yourself first before you're learning how to go heal and help somebody or hurt somebody. This video was not to fuss at y'all, but sometimes you need to get fussed at in a loving manner to understand. You have to understand how these things work. There is so much more into what's going on with the spiritual world and the spiritual community than what meets the eye. There's a thing behind the veil, and some people don't look on the other side of the veil. Some people don't have access to the other side of the veil because they choose not to, or they're not allowed because they're not prepared. Okay? So, above all, do your research and protect yourself. Okay? Always be prepared. That's very simple. And that's all I ask you to do, especially if you want to be a student of mine or a spiritual friend of mine or get help or work with me in any form. Do your research. Don't come to me for all the answers. Come to me with some answers. And I can help you the rest of the way. I can tell you where you got this from because this I know you're trying and I know you're doing your work. Okay? And that's all I ask. And it's all that was asked of me from my teachers when I was learning this. But a lot of that was me doing my own work and coming to them saying, what do you think about this? And it got to a point where I no longer had to ask. It was just, okay, now I know how to do this. I'm doing this right. And I'm going on with that. But I said all of that to say this. Stop messing with shit you don't understand. Stop messing with things, creatures, procedures, practices, spirits that you don't understand. And just because you think you understand it, I can guarantee you don't. Okay? And that's coming from experience. I've been in this game a really long time. I don't like to pull rank, but I'm telling you, be careful. And if you see these people, you can give them a loving shout out like, hey, you might want to check yourself before you do something and you wreck yourself, okay? But with love, Jen from WhichWitchLife, and I'll see y'all later another time.